welcome again. This will be a relatively short video, but important video. In this video, we're going to deal with a common problem and only unique to Zenith System 3 televisions. And the problem is with a bouncing picture on video games. Now, the problem is notorious with the original PlayStation, but it can happen to any other system. I'll go into technical details shortly about why this is happening, and the focus of this video is to actually fix the problem on the TV. And it requires really no modification of the TV whatsoever, but I'll show you how to do it. Now, I'm going to turn this TV on. This is a 1979 Zenith System 3. The model is the Panorama because it's a very nice curved TV. Link in the upper right if you want to see a video on it. But here is the TV now. Turn the power on. And my goal is to play through all of Super Mario Bros. 3 with no warping. Right now I'm on World 6, taking a break from it. This TV was recently only moved to this room a few days ago by our friend and fellow collector Hi-Fi. Thank you so much for that task, because that was a lot to do this. Very heavy. Now, as you can see with the original NES, it plays just fine. Now we'll go through the different systems I have on. Super Mario Kart, it plays just fine. Nintendo 64, it plays just fine. The GameCube plays just fine. But then you come to the Sega Genesis and the picture just jumps. Now also this DVD VHS combo unit, a Go Video made by LG from 2003, also does it. As you can see, it's bouncing there. Now, it's not just unique to this set. That 1987 Zenith Hotel Motel TV, the H1955W, it does the exact same thing, but only on the Go Video DVD VHS combo. The Sega Genesis plays just fine on it. So it's totally random. But again, this problem is completely unique to Zenith TVs, and we are going to fix it in this video. So let's get going on this. Now, this TV is an early System 3 TV. System 3 came out in late 78, I believe, and the early System 3s, the first one, still used a big, massive power transformer in it. This, I believe, is the model right after it. And in this case, the problem we're seeing is in the 9-152C module. Now, when I originally restored this TV, this chip right here, the IC2126, it says vertical, but that's not completely true. It handles both horizontal and vertical timing. And that chip was bad, which was preventing this TV from starting up in the video I linked earlier. So this is a brand new IC in this set. And just so you know, this IC is unique to Zenith. It's Zenith's own chip, and the problem is I can't find any data sheets on it. So I can't look to see what it's doing at each individual pin, and I'll show why shortly. But the way this integrated circuit works is it's a countdown integrated circuit for horizontal and vertical drive. So what it did, it looked for the full NTSC vertical sync pattern, and it worked so well with, let's say, over-the-air signals or whatever, that it didn't even require separate horizontal or vertical controls whatsoever. That's why you will not find on a System 3 any way to adjust the horizontal or vertical hold. And Zenith was the only manufacturer to do that. And the way it would work is that if, let's just say, you had a very, very weak signal where it's almost unrecognizable, the TV would still be synced to it. That's how good this worked. The problem is when you put non-standard sync signals like video games into the set. Now, a lot of the problems I've noticed are coming from later, like 90s era consoles and stuff. You know, PlayStation being the most notorious for it. And in this case, we'll see the Sega Genesis doing it. And the reason for that is video games use a non-standard NTSC scan rate. And the way that works is, and I'll have to do this in a whole separate video, but you know, video games that run in like a progressive mode, the way that works is it's a trick to the timing. Instead of after drawing a field on the screen, instead of, there should be a vertical sync pulse right after that happens. Well, it's missing on purpose, so it'll draw the next field right on top of the original field, the field that was just displayed. Hence, it gives the effect of it's going to look like it's 59.94 frames per second and about 262 lines. It's just another reason that happens is that this tricks the timing. It's missing one of the sync pulses. So basically you get half the resolution, but you get double the frame rate, and it just draws over top of it twice, you know, the same line twice, instead of alternating, you know, even and odd fields. However, not all game consoles did it perfectly, and I guess this design was very sensitive to that. So the reason for this video is I was looking to see why. I knew this was a problem because I've seen a handful of Zenith TVs do this. So I started researching this. Why is this happening? Well, I got the standard, well, what I just told you. How do you fix it? Well, look right here. It says clock. There's a jumper right there. The problem is there's nothing in the Sam's Photo Fact to indicate what to do with it, okay? And probably the original Zenith service manual probably did, but I guess it's such a rare occurrence, you know, especially during the 80s, and for this to be a problem, it's just not listed. So anyway, I sort of assumed it was correct. I found, again, this affects all System 3s. So yes, this is an early one with multiple separate boards, but let's just say you have a later System 3 set. Look for the countdown IC, and it's going to be near your vertical outputs, and there should be a jumper there. And this one guy, I found this on Reddit, there was a jumper labeled Mode Select H Fine Delay, okay? On this TV, I can't find that anywhere, but if you were to take a look at the schematic, now this is that same vertical IC, it's a 14 pin, okay? That jumper is 2H, but look what it does. All it does is take pin 8 and short it to ground, okay? But if you remove the jumper, it's going to run it through a 680 picofarad capacitor and a diode right here instead if you disconnect it. So logic would think, okay, it says normal right here, but what does quote unquote normal mean? Well, this has to be it, right? So let's go ahead and try it. Now, that yellow jumper right there. So according to the schematic, that yellow wire right there on 2H, it's a jumper wire. It goes from pin 14 to pin 8. You disconnect this and I guess leave it floating to fix this problem on this particular set. Success! Look, no jumpy picture. So removing that jumper instead shunts pin 8 to ground, to pin 14 to ground. Taking that jumper out runs it through that diode and that ceramic capacitor. So it changes the behavior. Now look, no more jumpy picture. So yeah, just by moving that the yellow jumper way in the middle of your screen, not the yellow one right in front of you, but I can't get too close because it's live, but In there, you just leave it floating. Hey, that's nice and stable too. Now, I know someone's going to say you need to degauss your TV or something, or something's wrong with your purity in that lower left corner, which she's now blocking the camera. The answer is no, it's a mystery. It's not the TV, and in 1980 Sears did it in the exact same spot. There's nothing below us downstairs that would be causing it to do that, so who knows? But it's not the TV, and there's just something doing that, and we don't know what it is. It's a mystery, because we spent like when Hi-Fi was here, we spent like a good half hour down there trying to see what it could be, and we can't find anything. So just how it's positioned. I'm not that good at this, and it's been a while, so. Oh, come on, Blast Processing, you're failing me. Damn it. Come on. Oh, come on, Blast Processing, come on. I gotta do what Sega does, what Nintendo don't. Here we go. And I forgot to jump again. Oh yeah, here we go. Blast processing time. And it shot me right back up. Oh, I think this is a success. So does Bella. So on that note, thanks for watching.